Hi everyone, my name is Mackenzie Nordone, and for those of you that don't know me, I am a support group host here at NOCD. I want to take a little bit of time today to talk to you about one of my go-to metaphors when we talk about recovery. I always say that there's a common misconception that recovery means the absence of OCD, and it doesn't. Before we get into that though, let's talk a little bit about what OCD is. For those of you who don't know, OCD is when someone experiences an obsession, which is an intrusive thought, image, or urge. And in order to get rid of that anxiety brought on by the obsessions, they participate in compulsions. A compulsion is anything we do mentally or physically to get rid of the anxiety brought on by the obsession. All right, so when I talk about recovery, bear with me. I am a metaphor girly through and through. Sometimes I'm able to connect the dots better than others. But when I think about OCD recovery, I like to think about it like this. Imagine yourself at your favorite concert with your best friend in the whole wide world, and you haven't seen each other in a really long time, but you love the concert you're at. So for me, it might be One Direction, Jonas Brothers, Taylor Swift. It depends on which era of my life we're talking about. But humor me and say I am at a One Direction concert with my best friend who I haven't seen in a really long time. The music is really loud. It's overwhelming. I'm trying to talk to my friend and she can't hear me. I say, "Do you want to go get a snack?" And she's like, "What? You want to go to the bathroom?" We're not functioning, right? If you think about obsessions and the need to do compulsions like that music that's really loud, and it's hard to function when music is really loud. We can't even talk to the person next to us. We're physically there, but we're struggling, right? So if we think about OCD as the music, right? Before ERP therapy, it's really loud. It's hard to function. It's like being at a concert with your best friend and trying to communicate when you're in the pit and the music is so loud and it's hard to do, right? Or if we've never been to a concert, we can imagine that it would be hard to talk to someone when the noise was really, really loud. It would be hard to communicate. If you think about OCD post exposure response therapy, right? And so exposure response prevention is basically where we face our fears. We build confidence. We learn self-awareness. We take these things that OCD says are scary and we have to avoid or not do or not go near, and we face them. We do them. And it's one of the coolest things ever. But getting off track, if you think about ERP therapy and going through ERP therapy, it dials back the noise. It dials down the music, right? So then this music that was really loud and kept us from concentrating or functioning becomes background noise. And you can think about the music like elevator music or music that you know is in the background when you're eating dinner at a restaurant. You might not love it. It might be annoying, but it's tolerable, right? We're able to function through that noise, that level of noise. We are able to coexist with it. We can have conversations. We can enjoy a meal. We can, whatever it is that we're doing, right? So I'm hoping you're following me. OCD can be really loud. The obsessions and the need and urge to do compulsions to get rid of that anxiety, like music at a concert. It can also get dialed back. We can quiet the noise. And the way that we quiet the noise is with that exposure response therapy. So then we're able to tolerate the noise. We're able to function through the noise. And again, it becomes background music versus ear piercing, covering our ears, trying to scream to communicate, right? Trying to function. It becomes this tolerable buzz in the background. And we realize, okay, These intrusive thoughts, images, or urges, they're not fun. It's not fun, but I can tolerate it. I can sit with the uncertainty around, these obsessions that are showing up. I can continue to function. I can continue to live my life. Versus not being able to function because the need to do the compulsions is so loud. So again, recovery from OCD isn't the absence of OCD. It is learning to turn down the noise, to turn down the music, right? You are not alone in this. It is hard. Having OCD is hard, and doing exposure response therapy is hard. But coming from someone who has been at lower than rock bottom more than once in my 32 years, I promise you there is so much hope. And ERP therapy is the way that we turn down the music to a tolerable level. If you're looking for help, you can visit our website and schedule a free 15-minute call with one of our support team staff, with our care team, who would be happy to connect you to care and answer any questions and go over any concerns you may or may not have. Thank you all for spending time with me, and I look forward to seeing you soon.